Hello, today we're going to be talking about the verb ser, which in Spanish means to be. And what I'm going to show you guys is how you use the pronouns that we worked with last week, pronouns being words that replace nouns. So we're going to be talking about I, you, he, she, etc. And how to make those into I am, you are, he is. So let's take a look. We've got the pronouns that we talked about last week. So on the left-hand side of this chart, we have all the people that are single people. On the right-hand side, you've got all the people that are groups of people. So let's talk about and review the subject pronouns. The first one, yo, if you remember, means I. Tu means you, and that's when you're talking to your friend. El at the bottom left means he. Ella means she. And that UD period is short for usted, which is you, but it's a formal you, like a doctor or a teacher or somebody that you might just respect. On the right-hand side, we've got nosotros, which means we. And remember, if you change the ending of that to nosotras with an AS, it's all girls. So in Spanish, they differentiate whether you're talking about guys or girls. The same thing goes with the vosotros, vosotras. Those mean you guys when you're talking to your friends. And remember that if you're talking to just your girlfriends, you'll call them vosotras with an AS. In the bottom right-hand group, you've got ellos and ellas, which means they, if you're talking about guys or girls. And then UDS period is short for ustedes, which means all of you, but it's a formal group of all of you. Something I want you guys to note is that each subject pronoun is right next to its plural. So if I have just me, it's yo. But if I have me and other people, that becomes we, or nosotros. Tu is one buddy, you. Vosotros is a bunch of buddies, all of you. El is he. Ellos is they, when you're talking about boys or boys and girls. Ella is she. Ellas is feminine they, talking about all girls. And then finally, usted is one singular you formal. And then ustedes is all of you formal. Okay? So, what does that have to do with the word ser? Well, in English, you'll say to be. In Spanish, you'll say ser. That's the exact conjugate or exact translation. When I want to say am in English, I put it always next to the word I. That's the only combination that works. I am. In Spanish, you'll have a 1-to-1 ratio too. Yo is I, soy is am. Okay? Then you've got you and are. Remember, tu is you, and eres is how you say are when you put it with the word tu. Like, so if I wanted to say, oh, you're so smart, I would say, tú eres inteligente. On the right-hand side, I want you to notice that all of these words have S next to them. So S can be used to say is, or it can be used to say are, depending on who's doing the action. So if I want to say he is intelligent, I'll say él es inteligente. If I want to say she is smart, I'll say ella es inteligente. But at the bottom, you're still using the word es, but notice here it means are. So if you put s next to you formal or usted, it no longer means es, it no longer means is, but it means are. So you've got usted es means you are formal. So let's say you're talking to your doctor and you're like, oh, you are smart. I would say usted es inteligente. These are all of your single subjects. I, you, he, she, and you formal. The second page here, we've got all of our groups of people. So we want to be able to say, we are, you are, they are. So the first group, we've got nosotros or nosotras. That's we. And then somos means are when you put it with those subject pronouns. Nosotros or nosotras somos. We are. Next group, vosotros, vosotras, means all of you. Your friends are. So you've got vosotros or vosotras sois. So let's say I'm talking to my friends and I'm saying, oh, you guys are funny. I'd say vosotros sois cómicos. You guys are funny. Next group is ustedes. That means all of you, but it's very, very formal. It says ustedes son. Okay, notice how all three of these are using the word are in English, but in Spanish they each get their own word for are. You've got somos, sois, and now son. So all of you are is ustedes son, and the last group is they. So ellos or ellas son, they are. So if I want to say, oh, they're cool, I would say ellos son muy guay. So as a recap, we have three ways to translate the word be in English in the present tense. You've got am, is, and are, but in Spanish you've got 6 different ways to say to be when you conjugate that verb or change the verb ser. When you have am, it's always soy. So that one's easy to remember. Just like English, there's only one way to say I am. In Spanish, there's only one way to translate that. It's yo soy. The next word is, remember, is es. And we said that with el and ella, it's is. But with usted, it meant are. Usted es means you are formal. And then the last group, we've got are can be eres, somos, sois, or son, depending on who is doing the action. Like who's smart, who's funny. So if it's tú, you'll use eres. If it's vosotros, vosotras, you'll use sois. If you have nosotros, nosotras, somos. And then ustedes or ellos or ellas is son.